두 번째 해외 연사님은요, 튀르키의 대표적인 게이미피케이션 전문가로서 겜페드의 CEO님이신데요. 이번 컨퍼런스에서는 과학적 게이미피케이션 적용에 대한 다양한 해외 사례를 공유해 주신다고 합니다. 네, 그럼 두 번째 해외 연사님도 빨리 만나볼까요? 튀르키예의 에르칸 알투크 일마즈 연사님, 네, 모시겠습니다.
Hello to everyone, and it's such an honor to be part of second international gamification conference in Seoul, Korea. I am from Turkey, the brother country of Korea, of course, and I am very excited to share my gamification experience with you all. My name is Ercan Altuğ YILMAZ. It's such a hard to pronounce in English too. But I'm a lecturer in Bahçeşehir University, and also I'm a representative of International Gamification Federation called Gamfed. If you want to hear about more Gamfed, please visit website www.gamfed.com and please Google my name for all content about myself. Today I am going to share about some slides about gamification, and it's still very hype word actually, as you can see from the Gartner resource in 2020s. It's in the plateau of the this cycle. Gamification is still very productivity slides, and you can use gamification is very common word actually for many things. Include games, include playful experience, and include serious games. So let me start the definition first. And I love dear Andrzej Marchewski's game thinking spectrum. So as you can see at the green bottom, actually gamification is a no purpose about playing. Gamification is only purpose about behavior. If you think about play, you always think about at the right side, like serious games and games. And if you have an entertainment and fun purpose, it's just playful design, and it's just games. Let me give some examples about that, because we always, because of this hype, we mix these things. Like, is it gamification? They are using some simulation in the hiring, or they are using some virtual reality in the metaverse, so they gamify the sales process, which is not. So, like I told you, gamification as a purpose is always behavior. It's not targeting to fun, or it's not targeting about playing. It's always use play for trigger a behavior. For example, piano stairs is all about, it's not changing behavior, it's all about fun, and you just trigger yourself about that. And also the games, it has got game time and playing time. It's for fun, actually, in the bottom. Serious game like simulations, like this kind of flight simulations, sales simulations, or virtual reality experience, if they have some purpose like trainings or sales, but if it has got a playing time, we call that serious games, which is very nice. But it's not a gamification. Gamification is like an employee of the month. You know, you have to sales, you have to do something. It's a game, continue with a behavior. So if you think about that gamification, we always try to focus on behavior side with the purpose of psychology. So this is the gentleman from United States, and he's running a website called gamification.co, and I think gamification is the most probably more like 75% of psychology, and rest of that 25 for technology, because we always think about gamification start with technology, which is not correct. So it starts with psychology and people. First, let's talk about player persona. Why and how we design gamification, we always start with the persona. Who is the target player and what is their emotion? You can use many tactics like following them, like giving a poll them, like make an interview face to face or online them. But I am going to share a great test from, again, Andrzej Marchewski, Gamified.uk. I couldn't see the Korean version, but you can see the English version. I translate the Turkish version too. And maybe from this conference, some Korean guy going to translate this test to Korean and reach to Andrzej or me. I can help you. So this test actually give you about what is your motivational resource, what is your persona about gamification. Are you motivated to helping people? Are you a good team member? Are you a free spirit to discover something and create something unique? Or are you a achiever, like you have to task and doing this task and doing given some taken about the players and rewards? So when you complete this test, actually you have a name, like you have a free spirit. Can I be creative? Where can I find the hidden code? Something like that. The free spirit likes that. Or how can I challenge, update myself? Achiever likes this kind of stuff. Or everyone loves the reward, but player loves most. If you come results as a player, it's what is it for me? How can I win? How can I get that reward from others? So, and as also philanthropist is very important, not competing with each other, but cooperation is important for them. If they see the cooperation, they love. If they like challenge and competition, they run away. The philanthropist people, how can I share? How can I help others? This is very important. So when I come to the company and try to be design gamification scenarios, we always think about the player persona. So we call them free spirit. So what kind of reward you like? What to find you like to research in this game because you are free spirit, or if you're a player, which reward you like? What kind of charity you want, dear philanthropist? We always think about this at least 2 or 3 persona. We divide it to the companies, our customers or employers, and we are thinking that this is the player, this is the philanthropist. So we focus on this player in this scenario. So know your player, step 1. Step 2, take them to the journey. How games start? All games in the real life, my friends, start with a discovery. If you want to buy a car, you always think about what is the car, how is going to be earn the oil, and if you're going to even buy a new computer, you always check some portals for discovery, and we call that player journey. And the player journey needs some time, like daily, like weekly or monthly, and even a yearly. You need some phases and progression loops, not a linear one, but we call that player journey. It's a Stanford professor called Amy Jo Kim create this journey about you have to discover. So for example, think about sustainability. I just actually work in Turkey with a company called Beko, maybe you heard. We focus on actually sustainability. So the app start with discover yourself with how much carbon emission you actually do. So you discover and learn that your car or your shopping habits or your eating habits or your home environment makes pollution. Okay, it starts with discovery. Then the first jobs, change your lights, use your car less, don't go shower, a hot shower, for example. This kind of task we are giving with the onboarding phases. Then habit building. Do this, for example, don't eat meat for all week, or many hard things coming less with habit building. And it never changed. Please invite the others, or add some challenge, sustainability challenge at mastery level. You can master this app after 1 month. This is what we call know your player, take them to the journey. And journey starts with discovery, curiosity, learning, and it has to be start small and it's getting bigger. So please take this player journey, and when took people to the real journey, you see some different behaviors. The Plato say, if you play 1 hour with someone, it's better to know them actually from a year of talking. When people play, they always thinking about positive, but it's not. The games are very sustained way to keep us motivated, like shock us or surprise us or think about us or even hate from that game, but we still play. And after that, if we win, we love it and we enjoy it. So we call this 8 core drive from the United States. He's a guy create this octagon and analysis. It's the game sustained for us journey. Sometimes they use some scarcity. They use some negative feeling like avoidance or unpredictability, surprising, shock us. This is what actually motivates us for long term. So octalysis mean that the top side is positive, like accomplishment or a purpose or a creativity, but it's not enough. It's not enough like, spend $1,000, earn $10 with this. It's not going to be sustainable with this accomplishment. You have to use some social influence, showing some social skills. And when they get bored, you have to use scarcity, avoidance, and unpredictability. This is the theory of actually for a long term, and I'm going to share 2 examples. One of them is from insurance company called Sompo Japan. Sompo Japan, actually, they use Dragon Boat for teams. They have some teams, and the team starts every month for going to some islands, and Dragon Boat teams using 3 KPI. This is what we draw actually in some wireframe tools, and we always change the KPI for that month, for example. And this is the real screen. When you put this user interface in here, it's all Turkish right now, masters of claims, but this team are on board to this Dragon Boat, and they choose the island which they want to go, and they have to make a teamwork with that. The Dragon Boat is doing the teamwork with that, but this boat continue with these KPIs. You can see from left top, you have to close the files. You have to decrease the customer complaints, and it can be changed by monthly. So, and it's not a 1-person game. It's a teamwork that you can go to the island, and who is going to be rich. It's a game design technique. The fork was going to be open, and you are the king of the sales, and you can choose which reward you want as a team. That's a gamify experience actually with the phases. Start with the boat, everyone on the boat, and you choose the island and you finish the game. And the last one is I'm going to talk about this game. Actually, every people needs a story about this game. Who is playing that? Why I am playing this game? This is very important about the games. And I'm going to give an example from Waze. Waze is a navigation app, but they call themselves the warriors. They make a warrior against traffic. And you start as a baby, as you can see here. And it has got a story, Baby has a pacifier that he cannot talk with the others. So if you play this game and help others, so you will be man, not a baby, then you can able to talk. So this is very typical as a story, and everyone convinced about that. And if you can continue, you can be a king of your area. So you can help people and you can earn more points. So this is a This is a war, they call, and this is a war against traffic, and you start as a baby. So this is very typical, actually, point system and level system, but it has got very nice story, as you can see. So everyone convinced that to help each other to not a baby, but a great warrior or great kings. So if you ask me about these three things, these are all three things I like to share with you. Gamification secret sauce. Like if you are going to the kitchen of gamification, think about first persona. Know your personas. How many personas you have. Everyone is not motivated with the same thing. So divide them like a player, like philanthropist, and use a player journey with mastery, for mastery and phases. Start with discovery, knowing and surprising them, then the onboarding, then the master and sharing, okay? And the purpose, how we can continue this story, how we can help each other. This is very important for humankind about this purpose. My friend played this game, that's the reason why I have to play this game, kind of stuff. And all gamification project plan, we are following these steps. We always start with the create a team. Then we started to see personas. Then we ask the personas, not the CEO or not actually the project team. We ask the persona. That's the reason why we call gamification human-centric design. Then when we know and certainly be sure about all design, we start with development and integration with user interface and user experience. Then we started small lancement, and then end of it, we make a big party. These are steps like with starting with the business targets and finish with the lancement. It's very important for every gamification project. You need to follow these steps. And my last slide, actually, from very famous girl game designer from United States with TED Talks. If you're not playing in the work, and you are making very big mistakes. So every work and every actually company needs play. The opposite of playing isn't work. It's depression. If you remove playing emotion from work, you put people to the depression. So please do not force people to the depression. And thanks again for everyone, include the commission of this great event. Invite me, and I am very proud of to be part of this great event. And hopefully in the future, physically, I never been in Seoul, a brother country of Korea. I like to visit Korea and like to share my knowledge with all great Korea companies. And you can follow me in write my name in Twitter and LinkedIn. And also I develop some gamification cards you can see at the bottom. You can download them and you can play with this gamification then. Thanks for this great opportunity. Thank you.
네, 게이미피케이션이라고 하면 막연하게 뭐 재미 또는 게임만 생각하기 쉬운데 결국 게이미피케이션은 심리학과 행동 기반이라는 점을 강조해 주신 것이 참 인상 깊었습니다. 네, 특히 2만 명이 넘는 6.25 한국전쟁에 참전해서 대한민국을 도왔던 튀르키예 출신의 저명한 게이미피케이션 연사분이라고 해가지고 발표하니까 더욱더 느낌이 남다르네요. 그리고 사실 오늘 여기 컨퍼런스 현장에 직접 방문을 해주시기 위해서 연사분의 회사 관계자분께서 지금 한국에 와 계십니다. 네, 탄수 카라피나르님인데요. 오늘 건강상의 이유로 이곳에 직접 방문을 해주시지는 못했지만 한국까지 와주시고 정말 감사드립니다. 네, 한국에 대해서 관심이 정말 많으시더라고요. 한국말도 꽤 잘하시고 정말 글로벌 코리아라는 것이 정말 실감났습니다. 네, 좋은 말씀 해주신 해외 연사분들께 다시 한번 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다.